Are you anchored in this present moment? Or are you chasing a state away from your trauma? And I say your trauma not because you are to blame, but because it is in your energy, in your field, in your body, in your consciousness. And it is to empower you that only you have the power to surrender, release, and rest into those feelings until they fade and transmutate. You don't need other people's permission or guidance or validation to release your trauma. You simply need to agree with yourself, with your inner being, or you might like to call that God, Source, Mother, Father, Spirit. It is between you and you. Perhaps you've spent decades, months, years, weeks, days, looking for your next hit, looking for your next distraction, external fantasy, illusion, lie, so that you don't need to once and for all sink deep down into that feeling, into that pain, that hurt, until it dissolves. A true empath will simply mirror back this hurt to you. And my work as a spiritual therapist is to hold a space for you, to keep you focused in that space so that you can drop down into your body and stay with the feelings until they dissolve. But nobody can dissolve that trauma but you, because it's yours. You may say it was caused by my parents, my siblings, my ex-wife. It doesn't matter what the origins of trauma are. Pain is pain. And if you're carrying that in your energy field, it will slow you down and it will block you from connecting with the root of your fleshing out desires. It will affect your ability to show up in your life as authentic, as self-loving, as an empowered being who knows its intrinsic value. Are you going to drag that bag around with you for another decade? Or are you going to allow yourself to simply be in that hurt, in that rejection, in that betrayal, the feelings that come up with that? You just breathe into it. And if you're struggling to be present, if you're struggling to hold that space for yourself, if you're struggling to have integrity in this process, that's where you reach out to your shaman, your spiritual therapist, your light worker, someone like myself who can help you to connect the dots, help you to have a clear panoramic perspective, and give you permission, even though you don't need anybody else's outside of you permission. Sometimes we just need another soul's validation, witnessing, support to hold us steady in that space. And if you work with me, I have such a passion for you to come out through the other side. I have such a devotion and a dedication for you to remember the true you. I will hold that space for you, with you, together. And like a laser beam focus, with the light language, with the breath work, the meditation, we will go through that tunnel into the dark abyss, and we will come out into the light, into the other side. That is my gift in this lifetime and in many other lifetimes. And if you resonate with this message, you can contact me at aveendoyle.com. The link is in the description box below. There are times when you have thought that you have resolved that childhood issue. You sat in meditation for a few minutes. You did one session. You took some deep breaths. You did some yoga. And still here it is again. It's coming up to the surface now. Summer solstice will always accelerate buried trauma to surface. People can often feel overwhelmed as we come into the mid-year. It's a heightened, intense, energetic time. It's a beautiful time. It's a fruitful time. It's a great time for you now to finally come to terms with the understanding that you are not just going to sit for 10 minutes and expect years and decades of trauma, of abuse, of rejection, of lack of confidence to just puff and disappear. Give yourself more credit than that. You've spent years holding, compressing, burying, hiding, shielding your trauma. Surely you can recognize that that might take more than 10 minutes of deep breathing to release, to transcend, and to transform. But that doesn't mean it takes decades. It does not take even months. Within a very short time, you can dissolve that hurt that you've been secretly hiding in your heart of hearts for a long time. And I can help you with that. That is my gift with the world. That is the work that I came here to do. A wonderful shaman told me that my soul's purpose, my mission coming here, which was always clear since I was very, very young as a child, was to help lost souls put themselves back together and create union. If you feel called to this, please recognize that you will be doing the work, but I will be guiding you and showing you and lighting the path. I will be a clear channel for you a neutral space for you. I will be strength for you. When we are in so much pain and discomfort that we simply want to abandon ourselves, we will get away with that for so long, but eventually the trauma and pain catches up with us. Eventually the struggle to distract and to procrastinate doing the healing work will catch up and will take us. It's like being tackled on a football field. It will grab you and knock you to the ground, and it will say, it will lie on top of you and say, shh. It will take your head and turn it inwards, turn you right down into the heart chakra so that you can have a good look in there. Everybody will eventually have to do this work. You might put it off for lifetimes, through timelines, through incarnations. The longer we let the wound fester, the hairier and deeper and more infected the wound becomes. If you experience a recent trauma, something that's caused you hurt and pain recently, the sooner you clean up that wound and disinfect it, the better and the sooner it can heal. The amount of clients I've had in 2 sessions shift 20 years of pain, turn to me and say, I wish I knew this 20 years ago. I wish I did this 20 years ago. I've wasted so much time trying to fit my pain body into my life, sneak it into my relationships, sneak it into my work, hope that nobody will see it. And being triggered all the time in all directions, because the universe is saying, here's a trigger to wake you up. Here's another trigger to get your attention. Here's another trigger so that you understand the time is now. The time is now. We have been robbed by modern technology, progress, with our dumb phones and our screens and our instant gratification and all these fake, false sub-realities that never fill the void. But when we turn the focus inward, and we accept whatever shows up in there, in that dark, deep abyss, and we welcome it and we love it, we are open to miracles. And miracles are natural. There's nothing supernatural or unnatural about them. But in our modern ways, we've forgotten. We have denatured ourselves. It used to be that we had this connection through childhood, and if we were lucky, through our teens. And now I see children being handed phones, screens, TV, and it makes me sad because now as a society, our children don't even get to have it through childhood and teens because it's robbed, it's gone. They are given should I say, they have taken away the innate ability to self-soothe, self-heal, to metabolize pain and trauma. A child that expresses itself in all its rainbow and colors of emotion, anger, frustration, passion, pain, Doesn't matter what caused it. Maybe somebody took their lollipop away and they just flip out in anger. How beautiful that is. It's true, it's authentic, it's real, it's an expression of a boundary, of feeling powerless. It's human. And with all this technology and artificial intelligence, we are becoming less and less human and more disconnected. We long for the tribe. We long for our past lives where we sat in a tribal community and we created together, we ate together, we sang and danced together. We understood the importance of connectedness in real time. Something to think about. Your smartphone, it's only made you dumber. It's taken away so much of your natural abilities with your brain, with your soul, with your presence. It's why I'll be doing less and less YouTube, focusing more on audio recordings, podcasts on Telegram, so Super Soul Skills on Telegram. I imagine that will probably be the only platform I'll have moving forward. I still enjoy the creative aspects of YouTube, and it has brought me many joys and connections, and for that I am grateful. But moving forward, I would like to move away from screens and the illusion of connection that these things force down our throats. I wish for you friendship that's real-time flesh and blood, sitting together, sipping tea and in raucous laughter, and being able to share tears and celebration, being able to hug each other, touch each other, see each other's eyes. I wish this with my clients too, being able to sit face to face, have you lie down on the plinth and be able to work